Hi, how are you all students? Today we are going ahead with the last time we reached till geometrical representation. Today I have given you the two examples of geometrical representation. One is zeros of quadratic polynomial and one is zeros of cubic polynomial. This you can also do by drawing the graph. Actually there is no necessity to draw the graph for you in your exam, but at least to understand how that graph will give you the idea about the zeros. Now what is the meaning of zeros of polynomial? Whenever the curve is given to you, it is always of the form. Now quadratic means here degree is 2. Obviously it will be having the two, what we can say, roots or zeros. Okay. Now here zeros for this particular expressions are 1 and 2. I have written here the table about when I take the values of x, I will get the values of y. Minus 1 I am getting 6, 0 I am getting 2, 1 I am getting 0, 3 I am getting 2, 4 I am getting 4 and 2 I am getting 0. So likewise we can say about we can draw the graph, and it is observed that that particular curve intersect x-axis at two different points. That is the reason there are the two zeros of polynomial x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. I hope so you understood what I mean to say. So suppose if I give the graph like this and if I ask you, okay, how many roots does it has? So where it cuts 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be having how many roots? 4 roots. Okay. Suppose if I give the graph like this, so it will cut only once. So what we can say about the root? It has only the one root. Though it is a quadratic, it might be having the one root. Okay. So likewise, suppose if it is like this, obviously it will be having the two roots. One more thing, like sometimes by chance they are asking the question whether the given curve is upward or downward. It depending upon the value of a. A means what? If I compare this equation ax square plus bx plus c, if a is greater than 1, then it is upward. But if a is less than 1, then it is downward, like this curve you will get. Okay, so that is a extra additional question if they ask. That is a knowledge oriented. That is the reason just I explain the concept what we call as upward and downward curve. Okay, now next is that the zeros of cubic polynomial. Again, the meaning of cubic polynomial means what? It has a degree how much? 3. So obviously it will be having the 3 zeros of polynomial. Okay, if we plot a graph of 2x cube minus x square minus 5x minus 2, then it is found that I am getting total 3 values of x. Okay, now these 3 values of x you could see in a graph. So you can get a cubic graph like this. So if I am taking the values of x as minus 1, I am getting y as 0. 2 is 0, 2, then I am getting 0. If I am taking x as 1, then minus 6. Half, then 0 and 0, then it is minus 2. So if I draw the graph, then the graph will be like this. Again, in how many points does it intersect the x-axis? 3 points. So obviously we can say that these are the total 3 zeros of that given polynomial. Since the name is cubic, so obviously you will be having the 3. In some cases they are asking the graph and they ask you to write down the number of zeros of given polynomial. Okay, then we can say that where it intersects the x-axis. But suppose if they give the expression in this way, like y square minus 2y and plus minus 3y and plus 2. Now in that case you might be getting graph like this. So it will be having these two zeros of polynomial because the value of y when x becomes 0, right? So that is the way you have to understand when you are saying it is on x-axis, when it is on y-axis. 99% they are asking the question for x-axis itself. So at what value of x it becomes 0, that means where that curve intersects x-axis, these are the zeros of polynomial. Last time I think I had shown you the straight line where it cuts that given x-axis at one point, and hence we can say that that is the linear equation. Suppose if I say it is 2x plus 3 or 2x plus, suppose if I say 8, then if y is equal to 2x plus 8, then 2x plus 8 is equal to 0, then 2x is equal to minus 8, x is equal to minus 4. So might be cutting that line at x is equal to minus 4 there on that x-axis. That is the way we can say about the zeros of polynomial. Just look at the things how I have given on the board, and then we will go ahead with how we can check about its roots and zeros and how we can compare that. Okay, now we'll go ahead with relation between zeros of polynomial and coefficient of polynomial. Okay, now here we are going to study today the formulas of three types of the polynomial. Now which are they? First is linear, then quadratic, then cubic. We will discuss first formulae and then we will go ahead with what type of questions they are going to ask for from this exercise. This particular kind of exercise is very important for your board exam. Okay, so let us come to the point that first is linear polynomial. Again, what is the meaning of linear polynomial which has a degree 1? It is called as a linear polynomial. Barabar? So here we have considered p of x is equal to ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0. So I wanted to find out the zeros of polynomial. Again, I will make equal to 0. Then I will get x is equal to minus b upon a. But if you could see that the expression ax plus b is nothing but our constant term and a is nothing but our coefficient of x, and therefore we can write down the formula for our linear polynomial as zeros of linear polynomial is equal to minus b upon a or minus constant term upon coefficient of x. This is a basic idea we can write down about that particular linear polynomial. If I ask you, like, if p of x is equal to 2x minus 7, find the zeros of this polynomial. So what will be the answer for this? So I will say that let 2x minus 7 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to 7, x is equal to 7 upon 2. So x is equal to 7 upon 2 will be zeros of polynomial. Reverse question, they could ask you, if polynomial is given px is equal to 3x minus alpha, right? If 2 is the zeros of polynomial, if I say if 2 is zeros of polynomial, find x, find alpha. So I could write down 3x minus alpha is equal to 0. So 3 into 2 minus alpha is equal to 0. 6 minus alpha is equal to 0. So alpha is equal to 6. So that kind of reverse question they could ask based on this particular case. Now we are going ahead with what is the meaning of quadratic polynomial. The meaning of quadratic, again, it has a degree 2. The expression is given as px is equal to ax square plus bx plus c such that a is not equal to 0. Now in that particular case, we consider that let alpha and beta, since we say it is a quadratic, it has a degree 2, we can say that let alpha and beta are the zeros of quadratic polynomial. Then we have written this condition in a quadratic equation, but here I am just giving you the formula directly that sum of the zeros is alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. Now b is a coefficient of x and a is a coefficient of x square. Therefore my sum of the roots or sum of the zeros, is equal to minus of coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Then product of 0 we can write down about alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. So alpha into beta is equal to c is nothing but a constant term and a is nothing but a coefficient of x square. So alpha into beta is equal to coefficient of constant term upon coefficient of x square, right? So how we gone ahead with a, I said alpha and beta are the zeros of quadratic polynomial, and then we have gone ahead with that formula. Okay, now the third type of the polynomial that we wanted to study is about the cubic polynomial. Again, it has a degree 3. It means it will be having the 3 zeros of polynomial. Which are the 3 zeros? Here we consider alpha, beta and gamma. If these are the 3 zeros of polynomial, they will satisfy this particular condition. Now what condition we have given to us? Here the sum of the roots, sum of the zeros. Now sum of the zeros are nothing but what? Alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus of coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x cube. It means if you compare this with coefficient of x cube is a, coefficient of x square is b, that means minus b upon a. Then if I say alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma, now here we can take either of the two root and their sum product, right? So which is equal to coefficient of x upon coefficient of x cube, which is nothing but c upon a. And the third case that we are going to write down here is alpha into beta into gamma, that is product of these three roots, which is equal to minus of constant term upon coefficient of x cube, that is minus d upon a. Now there are the kind of questions they are going to ask word problem also based on this, like mostly for this and this. Here they will ask like this question only for 2 or 3, 1 or 2 mark, but if from this particular case they could ask you the question for 2 or 3 or even 4 marks also. So like these formulas are very important for us, right? Now whenever they say like questions are coming like how if the quadratic polynomial is given, compare, or we can say that write down the relationship between zeros of polynomial and their coefficient, right? So if alpha and beta are the zeros of quadratic polynomial, then we have written the relation alpha into alpha plus beta is equal to coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. alpha into beta where product of the term is constant term upon coefficient of x square. Whereas for cubic polynomial, we have considered that alpha plus beta plus gamma, if these alpha, beta, gamma are zeros of polynomial, then sum of the root is equal to minus of coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x cube and so on. Now how the what problem they are going to ask? They will say that sum of the two roots is given, sum of the two zeros is given and product of the two zeros are given, or if it is given to you, sum of the three zeros are given to you and product of the three zeros are given to you. So likewise question they are going to ask based on this. First you list down all the formulas whatever I have given on the board, then we will solve the question based on quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial so that you are able to understand what and how the kind of questions we are going to solve based on this particular zeros of polynomial, right? Just have a look at it. Okay, now the question is given to you here. Find the zeros of polynomial 5x square minus x minus 4 and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Okay, now we can part the question. They could ask you find the zeros of polynomial. This is the first kind of question. Second question, then they says verify the zeros of polynomial and coefficient and their relationship between them. So there are the total three part of the question. First is that find the zeros, find the coefficient and write down the relationship between them. So that is the kind of question how they are asking. Now given, let the polynomial given, quadratic polynomial is given, p of x is equal to 5x square minus x minus 4. Okay, now to find zeros of polynomial, we will consider p of x is equal to 0, therefore 5x square minus x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now this you have to split the middle term. By splitting the middle term, we have to factorize this. Okay, so again your knowledge of 9th standard, which polynomial, right, and quadratic equation. Okay, now we will write down here our method. It is a police sub inspector method, we say. Okay, what is that? PSI. Let us see what is that P. P is nothing but a product. What is the product? 5 into minus 4. It is product will be minus 20. Then sum is the coefficient of x is nothing but minus 1. Okay. Now what are the possible factors of 20? What are they? We start with higher value. That is 20 into 1, 10 into 2, 5 into 4. These are the factors we are writing. Okay. Then for greater number we give the sign of sum. So that is minus, minus, minus. Okay. And the product is negative, therefore one number is negative, one number is positive. So obviously this 4, 2, 1 are positive. Which proper pair will get? That is this. So we can write down, therefore 5x square minus 5x plus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. So that means we get 5x bracket x minus 1. What maximum things you can take out common? Plus 4 bracket you will get again x minus 1 is equal to 0. So you will get x minus 1 and 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, either x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. So your x is equal to 1, 5x is equal to minus 4, x is equal to, we will get minus 4 by 5. So therefore, zeros of polynomial are alpha is equal to 1 and beta is equal to minus 4 by 5. So this is the first part of your question. What we said, we have just factorized that particular case and then we are proceeding further with for finding the relationship between zeros and their coefficient. Okay, now try to remember alpha and beta we got. Okay, now we will consider there as sum of the zeros. What is the sum of the zeros? Alpha plus beta. So alpha plus beta is equal to, what is alpha we have got? 1. What is beta we got? Minus 4 upon 5. So what you will get? 5 minus 4 upon 5 is equal to 1 upon 5. Okay. As per our formula, you remember what we got? That is alpha plus beta. For the relation, we have negative coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So minus of, what is the coefficient of x now here? It is a minus 1 upon 5. So it is 1 upon 5. So they are same. Again, product of the zeros is equal to alpha into beta. So what is alpha into beta? Product of zeros, 1 into minus 4 by 5. So what you are getting? It is minus 4 upon 5. Okay. Now there, alpha into beta, what was the formula? That is a constant term divided by coefficient of x square. What was your constant term? The constant term here, it was minus 4 upon coefficient of x square, it is 5. So we obtained they are equal. So sum of the zeros is equal to minus of coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So here we could write down, this is expression 1, this is expression 2, this is expression 3, and this is expression power 4, right? So that is the way how we are writing. From 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it is found that the relation between the zeros and coefficient of the given quadratic equation is verified. This is the way how we are going to summarize the answer. So how we started with the question? First we have gone ahead with the factorizing, the splitting the middle term. Okay, this is the best method because here you always get, there is always a problem for you people in the sign. So here you will get cleared in that case. Once you found out x and x, we get this as a alpha, this as a beta. Then we have considered sum of the zeros. Then we use a formula in terms of coefficient. Then we have taken the product of zeros. Then we have taken the coefficient, that formula in terms of coefficient. And we found that again the sum of the zeros is same as minus of coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square, and product of the zeros is same as constant term upon coefficient of x square. So that is about your 3-marker question. I could replace this question, replace this quadratic equation. I can give you the another question for solving the same kind of a question, right? You just have to look at the question how I have solved. Okay, now the question number 2 I gave you. If one of the zeros of some polynomial is twice the other, then find the value of k and the zeros of polynomial. Okay. Now what we could do first? 2x square minus 5x. This was our polynomial, right? Minus 2k plus 1. Let alpha and beta are zeros of polynomial. Okay. Now compare with what we are comparing with, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So here a is 2, b is equal to minus 5, and c is equal to minus of 2k plus 1. Given that alpha is equal to beta is equal to 2 alpha, right? So therefore sum of the zeros is equal to minus of coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So that is alpha plus beta is equal to minus, what is that, minus b minus 5, or we could write down simply here first b upon a. Alpha plus 2 alpha is equal to minus of minus 5 upon 2. 3 alpha is equal to 5 upon 2. Alpha is equal to 5 upon 6, right? So this is the way how we found about first alpha. Okay. Now next is that I wanted to find out beta. Therefore beta is equal to 2 times of alpha. So 2 into 5 by 6. So what you will get it as 5 by 3, right? So this is the another value of alpha and beta we obtained. But what we wanted to find out, we wanted to find out the C. Now where C comes? In the product of root. So we will consider product of root is equal to constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Now that is product of the root, what we have got, alpha into beta is equal to, what is the constant term C we have here, that is C upon A. So alpha what we have got, 5 upon 6, beta what we have got, 5 upon 3 is equal to, what is C we have got, minus of 2k plus 1 upon, what is A we have got, that is 2. So that is 25 upon 18 into 2 is equal to minus of 2k plus 1. So that is 2 9s are. So that minus of 2k minus 1 is equal to 25 upon 9. So minus 2k is equal to 25 upon 9 plus 1 minus 2k is equal to 25 plus 9 upon 9 minus 2k is equal to 34 upon 9. So k is equal to 34 upon 9 into minus 2. So finally the value of k comes out to be minus 17 upon 9. Okay, now these are the kind of questions they could ask. Like here, 3 answers are there. One is that they asked you to find out 2 zeros of polynomial. We found alpha and beta. Then they asked you to find out the value of k from the given equation, right? So that is the way how we can solve the question. How we started with? We found compare with ax square plus bx plus c. Then we have let alpha and beta are the roots. Then we have written the condition since one root is twice of the other, so beta is equal to 2 times of alpha. Then we started with sum of the zeros, and then we started with the product of zeros or roots, product of zeros. Here we need to write down zeros, and then we go ahead with our calculation. So that is the way how we are going to solve the problem based on this quadratic polynomial, which is a different way how they are asking. Okay, so just have a look at the question.